Broadcasting from beautiful sunny Italy near Naples, and really appreciating the sunshine and the warmth on my face and my body, and the beautiful wind, and just being here by the sea is just so beautiful and gorgeous. Just being present here and appreciating the blessings that are so abundant in my life. And I wanted to speak to you about turning challenges into opportunities, which is not exactly a new idea to anyone, but when it happens, it feels really exciting. Now, I've been, on YouTube for about 8-9 years. It started off with, as many of you know, working with Charlie Veitch. He set up his own channel, and he put it all on his channel, and then I separated from him. He ended up having a channel that's, had 100 and something thousand subscribers. And he doesn't put out any more content, and I've got like 25,000 subscribers. And 6 months ago, after many years of not doing this because I didn't want to benefit from the advertisements that they put up on YouTube, I decided to monetize things, and just to see what would happen, to see if it would affect the number of subscribers, to see how much money was in it. And I think it was March that I started this, so about 5 or 6 months ago, and so far I've made a grand total of £100, right, $130. But it was again, all part of my social experimentation. It's an interesting experiment looking at the analytics, as they call it. And what's been happening is that I've been having, in terms of subscribers, I've been adding, a couple of thousand subscribers per month, but losing 1,000 subscribers in a month, which I find difficult to believe is right, because I know from my own experience, and I'm sure that other people are different, it takes quite a lot for me to unsubscribe from a channel. I've got 100, I don't know how many channels I'm subscribed to, 100. And if I can really be bothered, if it's getting too much and I'm really not interested in any of the videos, or they really upset me, which is extremely unlikely. In fact, if they do, I'll usually keep subscribing to them. I would not unsubscribe. So that's the first thing. But I also have been given a strike for some video. It's a random video, I can't even remember why. And if you get 3 of these strikes, they just remove your channel. So they've got total control over it, and they don't have to justify themselves. There's no independent panel or anything. And what they've been doing to quite a number of people that I've come across and that I subscribe to myself, is those people who've got many more subscribers than I have, up to the millions, some of them, YouTube have just cut their revenues just overnight, claiming that their advertisers wouldn't like to be connected to their content, and that excuse, claiming that they've actually had manually checked this up, which can't be true, because like some of these guys have had 500 videos demonetized. And at first, when I sort of started to think about this, I thought, oh, this is terrible. This is just typical, the corporations, the biggest corporation of all, doing this. And then I remembered that actually this is a call, a loud call to all of us to actually move on to platforms that have been created to deal with this very problem, and that very smart people have been working on for a while, to create alternatives that are not controllable by the parasites, the parasitic class, as I call them, although I think we're all parasites to a certain extent, or certainly many of us, except the people right at the bottom. So the blockchain technology, which I really don't fully understand, but it's being used for money creation, or currency, should I say, i.e., for example, Bitcoin, which has now hit an all-time high of around $4,000. But now, if you don't have any spare fiat currency to put into Bitcoin, then you might feel that you're going to be left out, but you're not, because I've mentioned before, and I'm still doing research into it, and I'm in the process of creating another account, or even more than one account, and really sort of trying to understand how Steemit works. Steemit.org, that's STEEMIT.com, sorry, is an amazing use of technology where they have created a social media hub where the creators of the content, as well as what they describe as the curators of the content, that's people like you who put, who vote things up or even vote things down, but vote things up and watch and show these films or blogs to other people, are remunerated in cryptocurrency, which is called Steem, for their efforts. Now, just before I carry on, I am aware that spending too much time glued to a two-dimensional screen is problematic, and that I'm also aware that where we really need to go, in the enlightened state, would be one where there wouldn't be need of any competition or money, but people would do things voluntarily, and I think that's where we need to really be heading. But for the moment, whilst we are in the grip of a bunch of complete nutcases and who are determined to control every aspect of our lives, they're unwell control freaks, addicts. Whilst that's the case, I think it's a good idea to find ways of disengaging from that, and ways that are independent of their control. And the blockchain is a technology which, as I understand it, means that it's independent of their control. They can't censor the stuff, and you get paid and remunerated, and sometimes pretty well, for content that you create, and for reading other people's content and voting on other people's content. It's a brilliant idea. The thing about it is that you need to do several hours worth of research. Facebook and YouTube are very easy, and they've been created with a lot of money, but they take basically most of, if not all, the revenue, and they have the control. For example, I looked at my analytics and I saw that my YouTube films had been seen by tens of thousands of people, and I wasn't getting paid. I was getting paid either $0 or 10 cents. Whereas on Steemit, it doesn't work like that. It's completely different, and you get paid in Steem, which is a cryptocurrency which can be exchanged for Bitcoin, which can be exchanged for real money, well, fiat money, fake money. You get remunerated if people think your content is worth sharing, if people think your content is worth voting up. So I would really like to encourage you, and I'll be making more videos about this in the future, to turn this into an opportunity. Facebook and YouTube are very addictive. They don't give you anything for it. Facebook, you get nothing. I get absolutely nothing. I've had videos on Facebook that have had 1 million hits, and I get absolutely nothing. They get it all. They get to advertise all the rubbish to you, and all the nasty type of advertisements. And the same with YouTube, pretty much. And now YouTube have demonetized the majority of many of the alternative media outlets that I've been subject to. They've just completely pulled the rug out from under themselves. And that's just, and I think that many of them kind of knew that this was going to happen and talked about it. So I just want to encourage you to slowly try and get yourself away from Facebook and YouTube, even though obviously you're probably watching this on one of those things, and to look into Steemit. It's a fantastic platform because it's designed to get people to help each other. Because if you help other people, you basically benefit from it as well. But it's a complicated system, and it's designed so as not to have robots do bad stuff. So you need to do your research on it. But I would really like to invite you, as many of you as you can, to start to do some research into things like Steemit.org. And if anybody's got any other sites that they think are good as well, that work on similar ways, that work on the blockchain, that allow people to put things up without being censored, and without being controlled by a small group of individuals known as the establishment, please just let us know. Have a great day.